What's going on, world? It's Friday, January 22nd, 2016, and it's our team meeting. And first and foremost, we want to give credit where credit is due to the Most High for giving us an opportunity to come together and discuss a few things that's been going on throughout the week, and what we're trying to do as far as continuing to take the necessary steps forward for our company. So, just just got a few updates real quick that I want to just keep you guys informed and updated. I had gotten contacted by, it's actually a guy that I know. His name is Jester, but he's opening up a restaurant in San Diego. And what he's trying to do is trying to find connections to help us out, like, as far as helping build the brand awareness down there. And because what he's doing is it's pokey, and pokey is big. And, a lot of people they're buying into it, and I mean it sells well. So he was able to open up his own store. He wants to put oosh juice in there. I gave him the rundown as far as what it's going to take. So I mean, this guy's really about networking, and I just told him, I said, man, if we can find the right connections, it'll make sense. And San Diego is a huge market. I mean, because there are a lot of people in San Diego, they're about health and wellness. So it could be a huge play. I mean, that's all it is that we're looking for when we talk about these things all the time, and these people that there may be a potential. I mean, the right connection, it could easily, take this. It will easily take us to another level in our mission to get to where we got to go. So I'll keep you guys posted with that. He just wanted to start off with a few cases that he's just going to try it for himself, and then he's going to pass it along to some of the people that have influence, and then we'll see what happens from there. And the next update was with Christy Waterford from Power Brands. I had a Skype that I told you guys that a couple of days ago with her, and we basically went over all the suggestions for the label from what I heard back from you guys, all your feedback, and pretty much I think it's going to be, she said by the end of next week that she should have something for us. We changed basically like what I said. Once I get that artwork back, then I'll bring it back. I'll bring it to the table and see what you guys think. I mean, for the most part, I think it's going to, I have to tell her to add a few more things onto the front panel so we can be more direct as far as selling points that I didn't discuss on with the Skype. I didn't even think about it until later, but I got everything that you guys have sent me through text or email. I took the meat. And then we had I felt like it was a good conversation and a good Skype meeting, just because I'm able, through an email, it's like it takes longer when you're trying to tell somebody, oh yeah, this, that, as compared to, obviously, you guys know, if we're screen sharing and we see something, we can point it out easily, faster, get it done. So I'm looking forward to next week and seeing what they have or what she put together. And the great thing about this is once we're finished with this, like we had talked about, we're going to half stack with Taro Twist as well. And we can make those little minor adjustments, like just to give it a new flair. Maybe even do the same exact thing, like add like a picture of Taro, or some kind of, like, add a couple of little fruits on there or something like that, like we do, like we're doing right here with the new flavor. And like I said, that's going to come as well right after we're finished. So who knows? I mean, this next production run, I'm trying to get fitted in for March. That's what we're trying to fit it in. I mean, I talked to Daisy, and she said, "Man, they're booked. They're booking for like August." And I'm like, "Man, I don't know why we always run into these like little issues with them because they're the ones who just fit us in. Like when we need to do a production run, but I understand that what they're trying to do is like to push um, the beverage companies to do bigger runs for them. So it makes it. I think it makes it easier for them because it's like, oh yeah, I just got to run one product as compared to running all these different products, and you're just like, man, you always got to switch it up or whatnot. I know it's a part of their job, but sometimes they get to a point where it's like, okay, well, we got to do things, start doing things differently, and that's what we've seen over the past few years with H.A. Ryder and Sons, and then the prices they're starting to increase as well. That's another thing, and so for me personally, when I'm looking at that, I'm just saying to myself, okay, we got to do our homework and see if there is other spots out there that are more cost effective. The only thing is I mean that works out for us though, H.A. Ryder and Sons, because it's right there in our backyard. At least for now, obviously, it makes sense because it's convenient and we can just pick up like, yeah, it's right there. But those are just a few things about what's going on with H.A. Ryder and Son. But that was, I mean, back to what I was saying, like for Christy, working on that, I think it looks. I mean, the little things that you guys saw. For me personally, I mean, when I just took a real good look at it, and I said, oh yeah, I think when she comes out with this next version, the revised version, it may, who knows, it may be done, but I think it would be at easy. I mean, quicker, like within the next one or two revisions, we'll have it or have our label. So that's why I want to. I spoke to the follows into going to. I spoke with Alina Guerrero of Power Brands, the beverage scientist, and I asked her if she could send me like the full list of ingredients so that I can put together that cheat sheet. And I haven't heard a response back from her yet, but when she does, that helps me out. Like I was telling you guys the other day, it helps me out as far as putting together the cheat sheet for us to understand what the new product is and how to inform and educate people about what's in this as compared to what's in Churro Twist. So I'm waiting on that, and she has to redo the nutritional panel because there's some of the things I wanted her to put on the ingredients list so that people know exactly what's in what they're drinking. And because just like we read in the market report, what if more people are conscious? It's the conscious consumer now. Everybody's looking at what's in their food, what's in their drinks, and that's why we have to do it that way so people know. Oh, this is in here. Oh, instead of like the guessing game. Oh yeah, you say that, but we don't know for sure. And I mean, we ran into some of those things too, and that's why we put taro on the ingredients list because of the fact that we ran into people saying, "Oh, I didn't see taro on there." So what do? We made an adjustment and said, "Hey, we need you to add this." Bam. So we've been pretty much, if you think about uh, the moves that we've made as far as just trying to communicate more effectively with the consumer. I think we've listened to the end consumer a lot, and we've listened to their feedback, and we heard their cries. And the moves that we made was to benefit us, like in a company, as far as to grow and hear the needs of the people, because ultimately it's their say. Like whatever, if they say, "Oh man, this is a hit," they're gonna go out there and support. If not, then you're just gonna be like, "Oh man, you're not gonna." We already know. So that's why I can't wait to see what she comes up with next week, and we will definitely discuss that. And I'm gonna get on Alina's line as well because we need that for sure. I need to know I need those edits made, or we do, for the final version of the label. Because when we go to print, so we need to get all those things figured out and taken care of. Also wanted to keep you guys updated and posted about the apparel. You know, we've we ran it out like we talked about at the end of the year. You know, putting that into play, and we got it into play, and we weren't going to stop. We were just going to continue to run it because it generated another source for us because of the limited edition. Obviously, the amount that we printed up, and so we did. We're going to do another one. It should be arriving by the 27th. Once we get those in, then there are actually 30 this time. So we went up. We went up from 25 to 30, and it's medium to 4X. So those are the sizes. We kept on hearing a lot of people say, "Man, what about 4X, 4X, 4X?" So we did put some 4Xs in there, and we want to see how it goes. I mean, once again, it's a play at generating another stream. So that, what are we trying to do? We're trying to grow ourselves, right? So we have that, we have that, and we're going to continue to work it and just get better at it. I mean, all the things that we're doing right now, that's why everybody says we're taking the right steps, is because we did listen to, we paid attention, and we listened to the major corporations that we read stories about and how they got to where they got to. And it was because they took certain steps. And that's what we're doing. We're taking certain steps where we're doing things that we're not getting over our heads, and we're not getting too far ahead of ourselves. We're doing things it's like smart, like really calculated, and saying like, okay, if we're gonna do something now, like we got to make sure that we don't take a huge hit like that or a huge loss. But for the most part, because we're making smarter decisions. You know what I mean? So yeah, so we're gonna. So I'll let you guys know when those drop, and this is gonna be the Grinding with a Purpose series. You guys recall I was talking about, man, I think we could do things where we drop these limited editions, and then we just do certain things that we're about, and that we speak so much about. Dream chasers. That's who we are. Like, we are dream chasers and grinding with a purpose. Like, man, we have a purpose in our mission, in our journey, while we were put on this path, and that's why we're going to war for it. And people was like, "Man, that grinding with a purpose, it really hits. It really hits." And I want to do some things as far as like getting some like real quality shots when these drop, putting it up there blast. I mean, for the most part, we're so grateful that we have a huge family, because pretty much, man, they're like, once something gets dropped, they're pretty much, "Hey man, I need a couple of those. Run that, run that." It's like, oh man, and then next thing you know, they're gone. And so, like I said, man, it's just gonna continue to spread. Like, once people get it, it's like, oh man, then you're little by little, and it's all a process and everything. Something hits, it takes time before really people start noticing it. It's like, man, you're like, oh man, I need one of those, and really need it, and then go out and purchase it. So yeah, we're gonna keep on, and like I said, the marketing team, man, I'm just coming up with concepts that I just think in my head. Like, I'm thinking like, oh, this might look cool, and that's all it is. And I want to make it fun for you guys. Like, I've always kept that door open, and I've let you guys know, man, your opinion matters, and I want to see what you guys are thinking. Like, in your mind, what do you think could hit? and we can design it and put it out there and let's see. I mean, because it's as simple as that, man. We all get like, my thing is really that logo. I want our our logo to really just get locked in people's heads. And when they see that, they're just like, oh, okay, I get it. Oosh, oh yeah, yeah, all right. I really want that because it's branding. It's like, man, it took us a little while just to get to this spot where we can have the budget to be able to manufacture, print up some stuff, sell that, and then continue the process. We could have did like people wanted us to do this a long time ago, but we couldn't. We had to wait. We had to understand how to run what we're doing first, and then when we've built up enough, then we say, okay, now we could take that step, and that's what we're doing. That's all. That's all that we're doing right now. But I love, to hear from the marketing team. I mean, I know you guys got ideas all day, and we talk about it all the time. But here goes the thing: it's like, man, we talk about it all the time, but uh, man, you could easily like be like, hey, man, hey, let's get together, let's design something. I'm thinking about this idea about what we could put out the next drop. Whether it be a T-shirt or a baseball tee or whatever. I mean, because that's really how I feel. Like, man, if you're a part of a certain division where you have an opportunity to just like put your little stamp on something, you know what I mean? Or I mean, that's an opportunity just to take advantage of, like real deal, like because it's there. I mean, we all love the idea of doing certain things, and then uh, now's the time. So I definitely like it's a collaboration, collab. Get your thoughts and ideas so we can put some things together and then go from there. But that's coming up. That's coming up on the agenda that dropped. That's January 27th. That's when they're supposed to be here, and we got 30 of them to sell. 30 crew necks. I think it's gonna be cool. So yeah. Not bad. I'm trying to find this last one. Oh, actually, it's this one. So I got an email from you guys remember Brad Barbo? Well, that was a guy from the Startup Challenge last year, and he emailed me just letting me know that they are running it again, and this year. Um, and then he asked like for my opinion as to what I thought about the challenge, what kind of advice that I would give to those who are going to compete this year, and and pretty much, I thought I just gave it to him real. I just told him, yeah, for the most part, the challenge is great because it gives people an opportunity that don't have the courage and the confidence in themselves and their idea. It gives them them the opportunity to tell other people about what they're trying to do, and that's how you get people to take those next steps by building up their confidence, by putting them in the room with like-minded individuals so that they can uh, they can find it in themselves to put together the pieces to their puzzle and connect the dots. You know what I mean? And that's what I told them, and then I just let them know, like as far as the judging. I said, man, I think you can work on that as far as because what you're trying to do. I mean, this startup challenge, I think you could be more direct uh, as to what they're judging, what they're looking for, um, and just give give the entrepreneurs a better understanding of, okay, what is this for more of the people with the thought, the thought, and they're just, man, I think it could happen, or is this more for someone that's already, past that phase? If you can explain that into details, and then give the entrepreneurs too, give them like a sheet, like a sheet that they were graded on, and say, man, to have the judges write down the notes as far as what they saw, what they didn't see, why they chose, certain things like that. Because then it helps if you're really trying to help entrepreneurs and have them help them succeed and keep their company going. Then what are you going to do? Well, you're going to listen. First and foremost, you're going to be listening like, okay, if he's seen this and he's actually living and going through it, then man, I'm trying to help more people to see more people to avoid these things, and not only that, but help them to succeed. Because once you're given information like that, it's like you have to take it. Otherwise, it's just like, oh man, that's BS. You over here talking about this, but like for real, like, are you really? Do you really mean it, or is it just a show? Like you're just showing. Like, but I mean, I just gave them my honest opinions. And I really just told him like what I seen. I mean, like the guy that he came with over here, Jim, my mentor, yeah, they're buddies. I mean, and so I told him Jim seen it too. You can ask him, man. I'm not being cocky, but there was nobody in that room, and we know who won. We seen it, but there was nobody in that room that put it down like I put it down, like as far as explaining thoroughly what we're about, who we are, company, had all the, I had the history, I had the numbers, the systems, the processes, we had that set up in place going in there. And, what, it doesn't even matter. It didn't that day, obviously, it didn't that day. So, hey, who knows? I mean, I told him, I personally, it's an opportunity, but I just feel like, man, I don't want to go through that process again, because it's, for me personally, it's just like, man, if I was supposed to win, it would have been that first time. And I'm not saying that I can't hit it. I can't go to this one and win it, but I'm just saying, like, man, if there was more given to me, that made me feel like, oh man, I really need to go through with it and do this, then yeah, I'll do it. But for now, like, I don't see myself being in the startup challenge like this year. And that's something that I'm saying right now, but you guys could easily like feel a certain way too and be like, hey man, I think you should just do it, or whatever's on your mind. Because at the end of the day, everybody, like, their voice, it matters. Voice matters. And if it's something that you feel strongly about, obviously we gotta come down to a decision. Like, man, a real final decision, be like, oh man, this is what we gotta do. And then it goes from there. So I'm just letting you guys know. Right. Then there was this one, oh, Alex. Alex hit me up, man. Little Alex. And he has like, it's called Uwe Nation or something, or Uwe Bowl. It's on February 6th, 2016 in Pittsburgh from 8 to 5. And their vendor fee is $5 donation. The details, he said they're excited about their second annual Uwe Nation Bowl tournament and will be honored to have Oost Juice play a big part in being there. With over 300 people in attendance last year, we only see it growing this time around. We are launching our scholarship program for the first time at our event. real quick. At their event and excited about that also. So I know it's just me, Mick, right now. But when you guys get an opportunity to see this, let me know what you guys think. It's on February 6th. Me personally, it's like I'm always the overhead. It's only 300 people, and that's a couple-hour drive, so you got to factor that in. And plus, I don't know. It just those events really, I don't really try to be like participate in. Nothing against Alex and what he got going on, but it's just like, man, it's the burning bridges, right? And I mean, it's a sad part where you gotta include people in certain certain groups or certain buckets or whatever you want to say, but yeah, that's how it is. But me personally, I just don't think it's worth it as far as an expense, like the trip, 300 people, and it's only like a couple games or whatever. I don't see it personally. But let me know what you guys think. And hey, like I said, man, we all have to agree upon something and move forward. If we don't want to do it, simple, you know. And this was the last one from the Board of Equalization. All this is, I mean, if you guys don't remember what it is, the BOE, and why we have to keep them informed and updated about what we got going on, because they're looking for taxes. You know, when you file with them, they want to understand, okay, are you selling something other? And if you're taxing people on that, and then they get a cut. So this is due before the 31st or on the 31st. It's not really that difficult for the past few years because we haven't sold anything but Oost Juice, right? So when we sell something else, like outside of that, then we got to let them know what was sold. But that's something to keep in mind. And once again, not that difficult. I'll take care of that, and then then I'll get to finish. I should be almost, or I am going to be almost finished with our taxes. So get that all set up, or actually the numbers and getting everything straightened out, so that I can go speak with the tax person. I think I'm just going to continue to stay with Kristen for now at H&R Block, and we'll I mean, if we can find something else better, then we'll definitely explore our options. But for now, it works. I mean, and that's what we want, something that's efficient, that we know it'll be taken care of, and then we'll be in good standing with the state once everything is done. So that was my last update right there. And then as far as weekly updates and meetings, our weekly updates from marketing, sales, and distribution, obviously, as you can tell, it's me and Mick. I just wanted to update you guys for the sales part. Distribution, Ray is working on the mileage. He's putting together a report. for 2015. So we got that going on in distribution. And then as far as for sales, I was taking a look at the numbers as of today. As far as a retailer, and this was what and the amount of cases that we've moved so far in this month. And that's my last update. But we've moved 90 cases this month. Last year, at the end of the month, we had 96. So we look to, I mean, today's the 22nd. Today's the 22nd, so we have an opportunity. We know what we did last year at this time, and we know what we have to do. We have to pass or get to it or past it. And this is the thing that we didn't do last year. Last year, if you guys remember, we let ourselves fall so far behind that we had to play catch up. I mean, yeah, it did work, but at the same time, if we're trying to get better, we got to look at this and say, oh man, as far as us as a sell team, look at what we're doing. We got 90 cases. We did 96 through the retailer. How can we get these last cases off right here so we can pass it? And those are the things that we should be thinking about as far as us, going out there, understanding what accounts need what, how we can fit in here, there, whatever. I mean, we know what we got to do. Like I said, we're behind 6 cases, and we want to pass that up. Now, if you're thinking about, and this is the last one, events, right? You think about events, and last year in January, right there, we had 2 events. So last year in January, we had 2 events. One is 1641, 370 plus 378. So the 2 events that we did, the Ainga Polynesian All-American Bowl and then the Monterey County All-Star Game, we did those 2 events, and we raked in $2,019.70. This year we did 3 games. Or we did 3 events, I should say. We did Islands Best, Ainga All-American, and then the Monterey County All-Star Game. And this year's numbers, just by doing those 3 events alone, we raked in $3,507.91. So, I mean, if we're looking at it like that, like, man, how do we do our best to try and balance it out where retailer is doing good and we're getting this money on direct to consumer by doing these events and just keeping that thing going. How do we do that? And the best way is like keeping track of these numbers. Like, because if we were informed and saying, oh damn, we need to get on our shit. Like, man, we need to handle business because our numbers ain't even looking good. And that's what we got to do more of. Like, we can't just depend on one person to just have all that information. Yeah, it's good for that person, but what about you? Like, we always have to be thinking about ourselves. Like, man, this is valuable information that we need to keep logged in because of the simple fact that, man, we're trying to reach certain goals as far as sales. When we know our numbers like the back of our hand and we're updated and we're saying, okay, then we know how to get to that number faster because we're always trying to push. Like, damn, I need to meet this quota. Damn, I need to get these cases off. Damn, I need to push this product. Like, we're always going to be looking at it like that. So, I mean, we got better in the month of January by adding another event. Just imagine if we're more informed, like, we're really just like searching, asking, trying to find more events. Let's say we do like 6 events, 5, 6 events in the month of January. and we just did 3,500 off of 3 events, man, you're looking at a potential. You can be like, man, for the month of January, I want us to at least make 5,000. That's the minimum. Like us as a sales team, like we could be saying that to ourselves, like, man, we need to find enough events so that we know for sure we're gonna meet this quota of 5,000. In the second quarter, we say the same, like we make up this another goal, like okay, and then we say when it gets to springtime or when it gets to summer, you're already thinking like, oh, this is the time to really get it. And then you set something a little bit higher. But the thing is like we have to understand, it's like, man, we have to keep on challenging ourselves to want more. Like, man, I can have all the information. I can have it all. But what good does it do me if nobody else knows the information? All right, it's like, okay, once again, that I'm gonna go to the grave with it. And if niggas ain't prepared to really soak the information up, you know what happens? This is done. You cut the head off, this company is done because ain't nobody gonna know how to run it. Ain't nobody gonna understand, like, oh shit, man, we really gotta get on our shit. Like I said earlier. But that's why it's important that we have these meetings and we're not just on here just trying to waste people's time, BS, really trying to give a sense of direction as to what we're trying to do here, what we're trying to build up. I mean, this thing is not easy. I mean, I know we're all busy, and that's why it's important because we record these hangouts for you guys to catch it because there's no excuses. You'll be like, oh man, I'm busy, I missed it, and I can't, I'm not gonna be able to make it. And that's cool, but watch the hangout, man. Watch the hangout. Because the hangout is going to keep you up to speed where you don't feel lost and like, oh man, deer in the headlights. You're going to be like, man, cool. I watched the hangout, nigga. We good. That's all I'm looking for right there. That's the minimum. The minimum. But we're looking to go past the minimum. What do I mean by that? Like I just said, we're thinking for ourselves, what more can I do? Well, what more can I do is whatever position that I'm in, whatever division I'm in, I want to think about ideas and exploring these ideas. If you guys were here on Wednesday or caught the hangout, that's all it was talking about. How many times that ideas were thrown out, but you didn't even pursue it. Like you didn't even explore it, What if you did explore it and see that it was just a no-go? But what if you explored it and said, dang, it really went? Right? And once again, that's why it's important that we voice our opinion. We're communicating. It can't just be one-sided. Like I can't just continue to just try and pour out, and nobody's like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Everybody's like settled in and satisfied. It's like, man, now we can't have that mentality. We're like, man, hey, Oos, man, I've been thinking about this. Let's try and run it. I got this idea, but really go and attack it. We've gotten to a point where it's just like, oh yeah, Book said you're gonna do it, and that's it. Like, but we can't have that. We got to be like more involved, and we should want to be more involved. And like I said, I know it's we gotta learn how to manage our time better. I mean, I'm not trying to just continue. Like I said, there's so many things that we hear so often, but there's a reason why we're hearing it more, because it's the things that we have to work on. We wouldn't hear so much if we worked on those things and got better at them, and then bam, we accomplished it. But we want this to be a big year for sales, man. We do. We want to get better. We did the month of January. We still got a few more days here, so we got to finish this month off strong, and then we got February coming up. And what we gonna do? We want to win some more. We're gonna look at what we did last year as far as events. We're gonna look at our numbers as far as what we did, and we're gonna say, man, we want to do more than that. How do we do that? And then we go out there and we make a plan and we attack it, and then we just continue to build off the momentum. And not only that, but just understand, like, okay, we know, man, there's a reason why we're here, and we come to handle business. And so let's continue on this path. Let's continue on this path to continue to generate more sales, get better, and offer more of what people are looking for, which is Oosh Juice. They want to Oosh Juice apparel that's supporting big, and we just want to continue to ride that out and do our part. So that was pretty much all that I had for tonight, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for your time. Like I said, man, we definitely need to have a talk, like as far as marketing is concerned. Like, man, let's do some things that we didn't do last year. I mean, that's all it is. We could look in the mirror and say, man, at least we did more than we did last year, and then we want to get better though, you know, and that's all we have to do. Like, and in sales too, like, man, if we're looking at it like, okay, damn, I didn't even, because I guarantee you guys didn't even know that, you know, and that's the thing now. You have to, like, we have to really be willing to understand, man, there's certain other parts of the business that I play a role in that I need to understand more. I need to enlighten myself. I need to keep myself gamed up, because those things are what's fueling this train right here. Those things right there. Those are the nuts and bolts, and that's, you know, that's what's getting it done. And the more that we are in tune with what those numbers are, the better it is for us, you know, accomplishing and achieving even greater numbers quicker. So that part is for sales. Like, man, there's so much on the table that we should really be attacking. Marketing as well, and distribution. I mean, for the most part, you know, it's keeping track of everything that's going on. Movement. It's keeping up to date with our maintenance of our vehicles, and making sure that we're taking care of what is helping us to be able to run and operate our business successfully. And those are the little things, you know, that go a long way. I mean, because they play a huge part in why we're able to, you know, deliver on time, and get this product out to people when they need it. And so, you know, we're blessed. We're blessed, and we're going to continue to march forward, and let's stay updated. You know what I mean? Like I said, let's do what we didn't do last year. Just get better. That's all I can ask. So with that being said, man, I appreciate you guys' time. If anybody has anything to say, feel free. If not, we'll go ahead and get on our separate ways. Cool, man. Appreciate you guys' time, man. You guys drive safe up to the bay. I already told Pizzo too that you're gonna slide through, get some cases. But yeah, we'll go ahead and end it in prayer. Father, Lord, I come to you in prayer, Lord. I thank you for another opportunity to come together on this Friday and just discuss certain things as far as what we have to do in business, some of the things that we're working on, and what we want to get better at, as far as moving forward towards the goals that we set in place. And you know, I know this thing is all about patience, and if we learn anything, it's just being patient. We all grow at our own speeds. Nobody is, you know, it doesn't get it overnight. It takes time. It's a process. We understand that, but we have to be willing to tell ourselves, are we really going to put in this time? Because those are the hard questions and the difficult questions that we don't want to ask ourselves, you know, because we're still unsure. But they actually help us in the process of maturing from the business aspect and helping to grow something even faster, you know, than we thought we could, because we weren't applying certain efforts towards certain parts that we needed to work on. And so, Lord, I just ask that you give us that strength, you know, mentally, physically, and spiritually, and that you continue to speak into our lives and speak through us and use us, you know, for your glory. I mean, you put us on this mission, and you said, go after it, sons. I believe in you, and here go your sons. We running with it. And so we ask that you continue to help us in our journey as far as wanting to grow, wanting to get better, wanting to tap into that inner greatness and bring it out even more. We ask for all of that, Lord, and we just ask that you be with us throughout the rest of the night, continue to lead us and direct us and guide us, and We just love you, Lord. We give you all the praise, glory, and honor, for you're worthy. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.